Alright, there we go. Got links spread around for streams. Give things a moment to get set up. May as well at least jump. There we go. Let's get this booted up. Going to capture it immediately. Looks like it is. Switch audio device. There we go. Game paved. May as well keep up with doing the Sonic games, especially since I'm doing Origins. Last time we left off, we did CD. Don't think this is gonna replay the cutscene. No. Think just for a giggle.
You can go again. So far behind. Say don't be late. Destination heaven. Stay alive. Now you and me. We're going to have fun. Say, lights off. Excalibur. It's about that bar. What do you mean? Give and take. Going home. Side zone. Check it out, eh? Live alone. Leather legs. Getting in place. What do you get? Say, bad jet. Zoom room. Cosmic zoom. That's up, Jay. It's Sonic Boom. Sonic Warrior. Sonic Warrior.
You always need a pay. You got the power to save the day.
Take a little chance, slip on through. You gotta take no matter what you do. You gotta do for you.
Sonic Warrior, Sonic Warrior. The power is in your mind to shake the planet, to conquer time. Sonic Warrior, deep is missing time. Sonic Warrior, whether in right. Nothing can survive the way to stay alive. 'Cause if you try, you can do anything. Sonic Warrior always takes a chance. Sonic Warrior never second can. Nothing can survive the way to stay alive. 'Cause if you try, you can do anything.
Not really the last soundtrack, but both are good.
Yeah, someone told me it was going to be JP soundtrack.
I just want to put up the movie again just to...
Right, because you played already when doing story.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be
And it
extra.
comes with both soundtracks. Palm Tree's one where I tend to like both.
Again, both soundtracks are good.
There are times where I have a definitive favorite over the two, though.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen when you have a soundtrack as shufty as CDs. Yep. Time travel. I am going in places I've never seen. Okay.
I'm familiar with that path.
I've never seen that. CD is fun because in a weird way. I can see this being some people's favor just because there were a lot of like weird shit you can find in music. Like it is a lot more exploratory than the first game was.
Right, we don't get a ton for doing set exploration. That's, I think, the only problem I sometimes have with it.
Yeah.
I still like CD, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorites in the classic library. But it is very rompy.
Yeah. It's because I was gonna say I'm not bothering getting all the damn generators. I'm always someone who just gets the time stones and bail out because it works like the rest of the series. Go get the 7 MacGuffins, beat the game. I don't.
As a reminder, the 7, when you see the sign that says goal, you cannot turn around. So
Yep.
if you do not have enough rings by that point, you are locked in.
Yep, I'm aware of that.
Take your time traveling.
I'm just trying to do it anyway just for the achievement.
Right. I think you're also near... No, this is the first act, not the second. Or is it up there, actually? I think the thing is up there. Believe it or not. Like the actual enemy generating machine, I think, is at the top of that structure.
Oh yeah, I think because I do remember where some of them are at, but I don't remember where all of them are at.
Yep.
Now it's right at the end of the goal.
The only
too.
good thing about killing those is it does kill every enemy remaining in the stage for the past.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think I got high enough for continue. Actually, making that quip, I guess to have a conversation. Favorite Sonic voice?
For Sonic, it's hard for me to say, because I think all Sonics have done the job very nicely in different ways as Sonic's growth has continued.
Safe answer, but yeah. I think I'm still biased toward, I'm forgetting the VA who did the Adventure era.
As Drummond.
That's, yeah, Drummond. Yeah, he was easily my favorite. I think he sounds old enough to not be a full adult, but also, like, he actually just exudes the assassin attitude I think Sonic should have, in my opinion. But I think also that part that's not just the voice acting, some of it is just the lines they gave him.
I think I am partial to Griffith, and that's only because I kind of like his tone.
Griffith's the modern one, right?
Griffith was the 4Kids one.
Oh,
I'm
he's
thinking of Roger Craig as modern.
Yeah, Robert Craig's not. I don't mind Greg. I think my biggest issue has not been him. It's been the directions he's been given and the lines. Some of them are just not good lines. Especially in the English
Yeah, that can be the
translation.
case for any of them, really. Whereas I think I just like Griffith's tone of voice for Sonic, because Sonic is not only cocky, he is also to some degree, you know, comforting.
Yeah, which is that's
And
not
I think Griffith has a nice
bad
for Sonic.
Yeah, I'm also trying to remember what games he had. It's been a hot minute, 'cause that would have been
Shadow, 06, both storybook games, Unleashed, anything before Colors, basically.
between. Okay, so but not
So
Heroes.
between Shadow and Colors.
Yeah, but not Heroes. Okay, so I was right in saying mine was Adventure era because that would have been SA1, 2, and Heroes, right?
Yep.
Okay. He has a lot of good. I think he is my second favorite because he also sounds very similar to Drummond. Like, they both have a very similar, like, tone and direction, that he's a solid second pick. 'Cause
No,
Craig-
I'm not discrediting Craig at all. He is the perfect cocky Sonic.
I still argue Drummond's better, but Craig also, like, he's good in a more, like, slightly matured Sonic, which is what they're going for. Hell, I think he's a lot better in, as much as I haven't finished it, he's really good in Frontiers. But part of it's also because they let him... I don't think he pulls off the higher, like, kid pitch as well for Sonic. Yeah, Steve Urkel for Sonic.
Steve Urkel for Sonic, and I'm not sure if I want to meet them. I mean, there's also the guy who voices him in the movie.
Yeah, which, from what clips I've seen, don't like him at all. He does not sound like a teenager to me. He sounds like an adult. He sounds like an adult trying to play a 12-year-old, which I'm like, you're closer to trying to be directed for Tails, not Sonic.
I need to see the movie still to know for sure. It doesn't seem terrible. I think it's like Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I think it's a Hollywood actor doing a VA job, and I will always be forever bitter in a situation like that. I don't think
I mean, some actors doing the VA roles isn't terrible. We had, like, Knuckles and Shadow in those movies, I think, are both voiced pretty well.
Well, fucking Shadow's goddamn,
From what little I've heard.
Shadow's goddamn,
Yeah.
Ted. Yeah, Keanu. Keanu!
It took me a minute, I'm like, wait, but I remember I named one of the Splats after him, hang on.
Yeah, because he's Keanu fucking Reeves, and even if people make fun of him for Matrix or being stoned, I mean, like, motherfucker is always 100% committed to a bit. And he's like, all he needs to do is, like, play angry and gruff for this small little hedgehog child. He's like, alright, bet. This sounds fun. He doesn't do
May
it.
or may not be playing JP special stage music when you're in there, because that's my second favorite special stage theme in the series.
Yeah, Keanu does not do a role he isn't interested in, so him doing Shadow is like, well, clearly he was the idea was fun. The evil satanic workout music. Oops.
Work that sucker.
I love that.
JP definitely has the better boss theme.
I mean, the regular US one's not bad either.
It's
But-
menacing. The problem is none of these bosses long enough for that menacing tone to work.
No, like, it's a good as a cutscene theme. Like, if you put in a flash animation, I think that'd be great. Whereas, hey, Amy. Oh,
Now,
see-
I will say Collision Chaos, wholeheartedly prefer JP's version.
Well-
US version doesn't quite hit the right notes for me.
Yeah, and Idris also, doing Knuckles is... What clips I've seen of that also is pretty good, but I'm also used to him being Heimdall of all fucking characters in, the Thor movies. Poor guy doesn't...
Knuckles' VAs, since I know he's one who's had contention and numerous VAs, his current one may actually be my favorite.
It's better. The problem is with me, especially because I've been playing Crossworlds in the Japanese audio, I wouldn't be surprised if I go back to the Sonic games, I start playing them in Japanese. Because the Japanese VAs are at least consistent. I think some of the US ones, I think, hit it a little better, but it's one of those things for me where even if I'm, again, not fluent enough in the language, there's something about the direction and feel of a lot of the Japanese VAs, and I've noticed this with a lot of other stuff too. They're a lot more committed to, like, actually emoting and expressing their characters, whereas a lot of English stuff, sometimes it feels like they are just plainly reading a script.
It depends.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the case for all Sonic stuff, but there is some cases where the Sonic stuff feels like it's a little flat on the read. Which, especially for a Sonic, for me, Sonic is a very emotional, like, I'm not saying like it's dramatic, but almost most of the characters are fucking kids. Or at least kid adjacent. They should be very emotional and expressive.
I mean, the ages, according to the Heroes book, have fairly spread out, but
Yeah, like
who knows
Sonic-
if they're still going off of that. Back to test.
I think for half, like, I think it's more of a case of they don't go by hard numbers, they go by vibe. Oh god, I'm in ting as hell!
Because in Heroes, Knuckles was 16.
I think he's the oldest outside of Shadow. And Shadow cheats because he's been in a fucking...
No, there are 3 characters older than Knuckles.
He's up there in the ages compared to... Because Tails is, like, up there as the youngest, I think, besides Cream. Because Tails is, like,
Cream
8.
and Charmy are 6, Tails is 8, according to that book.
Yeah.
Whereas when it comes to the upper end of the spectrum, Knuckles is 16, Rouge is 17.
Yeah, she's not an adult, technically, which is... No. No.
Big is 18,
Which also feels like a lot.
and Vector is either 20 or 21.
Vector being older makes sense. He literally is paying rent.
He literally has a detective agency. He has a job.
He has a job and he's paying rent. He's literally the one paying the goddamn bills. Charmy being the youngest, no, that makes sense. She's about as young as Cream. That sounds and feels it.
Charmy's
Tails!
a guy.
Yeah.
Like, and
But, the other one I can... Yeah, Cream being also as young on my count, that makes sense. It's...
she is the literal child of the series.
Yeah,
That's very apparent in her English interactions with Crossworlds.
Yo. She's baby. But it's Espio, I think, is also weird, because I think Espio's, like, technically...
I think they're 14 or 16, I forget the specifics.
If Charmy get a paycheck, they get paid in fucking candy. Yeah, Espio feels weird. Like, you can kind of lean older or younger for them because they're very borderline chuny. I'm not sure if I would say they're chuny, but close.
Yeah, SBO 16 or 17.
Yeah.
From what I'm looking at. Because he was 17 in Knuckles Chaotix, but then Heroes changed his age. Okay.
Yeah, because... Again, I think it's been, like, after Heroes they stopped listing ages, because they kind of realized, wait a minute, we're gonna have to have, like...
Because they're typecasting him a little bit. Although with Cream and Charmy, yeah, no, don't care.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Well, it's also not only the typecasting, you have the other issue of you're trying to keep the series timeless, so you don't want to mention true, like, you're not gonna see a Sonic Holiday special, because that would acknowledge the passage of time. Even though we have
It's an
Sonic
anniversary game.
Yeah, So Sonic should be +1, whatever the hero's booklet says, at best, which, okay, means he's...
15.
So he's 16. Whatever. You're not gonna see a Sonic drinking. Probably.
No, you'll see a Vector drinking.
The Vector drinking makes sense. I just think his ass is too broke to even afford a bottle.
Probably. But yeah, since you mentioned the ages too with like Shadow's age in the booklet is actual age unknown.
Yeah, because again,
Same with Omega because he's a fucking robot.
he's a robot. It doesn't matter.
And Eggman's age is also listed as unknown.
They don't. We know he's a 30-something. Come on, have you seen that?
We also know that he also has a listed, I think, is it 300 IQ in that booklet, which
Sure.
some of those bosses make us question that, my guy.
Well, also remember half of those are. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those were doctored up by Metal, since spoilers, you're not dealing with Robotnik in that game.
True.
So some of those could have been like scrap ideas that Metal just went like, sure, good enough. I just need them to kill time. It doesn't matter. There's also a difference between having a machine built and versus piloting it, and Metal probably does not know how to pilot those correctly.
Probably not.
Ah, come on!
I will admit, in this acting design, it'd be hard to hold on to rings. As long as you get them all, because you can go as far as Metallic Madness Act 2 to get these, so...
Yeah. Feels like trying to get my momentum build-ups being a little bit funky.
It's because in that section, when going back and forth, you're going between sections that don't have full walls, so you don't carry momentum the same as if it was a full wall.
That makes sense, okay. But...
That's why when you were on the far left, you went all the way up the wall.
But yeah, Shadow's age is also weird, because I'm like, technically, physical-wise, he's probably at most, as old as Sonic. Give or take.
But he was also put into stasis for like 50 years.
I mean, that's the same thing as the Captain America argument. Cap was like in his mid-20s to 30s when he served in the war, and then got icicled for how long. You don't count that because he isn't physically aging. He's just in a tube. So you, like, yes, his license plate would say, driver's license would say he's way older, but that's because you're going off his date of birth, not off. Yeah, dude was cryoed for a while.
I think you are. Yep, you're going lower path.
Ah!
It is. Well, you might get back up. Do they still have the achievement? I don't think they do, actually. I think that's another one they took out in the Origins.
Which achievement?
Because this is the act that has 2 goal exits.
Oh, yeah, none of those weirdo ones are in here. So no dealing with the Jugo pose, no dealing with the statue.
I think it's right up there, potentially, even.
Last couple rings. Ah! Angus! Fuck!
That's not immediately gold, so...
I feel like there'll be a...
I think it is...
Come on! Come on!
Not far, though. There's a spring down there. I think. Or you can just spin dash from down there. Yeah, there's the spring.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Fuck.
Yeah, you have missed the upper goal. Because that's a less powerful spring. Unless the speed lets you carry back up, which... Okay, there you go.
I'm the best! But... I mean, it's also like just talking about the like voice acting stuff also made me kind of like, there's a lot of fucking characters in the series, and I do wish sometimes we got more of an exploration of the extended cast. It's a why I'm surprised we haven't gotten with the new IW runs, new quote unquote. We haven't had a second permanent ongoing. It's all been minis. Like we've had the minis and then the main Sonic.
You say minis, my brain went to Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
No, well, mini series.
Yeah, I know what you meant. It's just that my brain went elsewhere.
But
Yeah, the special stages start getting a lot less consistent around this one.
that's where I have my jump strat. And I like using the fans.
They do work sometimes, depends on what the actual is. There you go.
I don't mind, especially with the remasters engine. I like these special stages. They're actually kind of fun. But yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been, because when Archie was going through a good chunk of its run, it had a second ongoing, that was Sonic Universe. And the whole point of that was being, here's a book for anyone else that isn't Sonic to get the spotlight.
Frankly, I know you're not going for those generators, but this is the one area where I'm a little sad it's not Good Future. Because I think Collision Chaos Good Future is one of my favorite songs in the entire game.
Alright.
It's fine, I can just listen to it on my end. You can just go fight the pinball boss.
I'm surprised they haven't done more of these.
Because then you gotta program in pinball physics and it doesn't always work. Oh, you almost got up there. This boss goes one of two ways. You either get there immediately and have zero things to worry about, or you end up in this situation where you just cannot quite get up there.
Also, they made Eggman extra fat looking in this.
Robotnik was fairly chufty still.
I mean, he's orb-shaped in this series. He's not actually an egg until Venture. But, like, just the way his sprite is done here is... I think it's his head. The head of his head shape looks almost like it's the cartoon head shape, but not quite as, like, penis-looking.
Favorite zone in this game.
Labyrinth Zone, but not nearly as torturous. Also, way better.
No, but it also has, like, this is my favorite song in the soundtrack for, like, zone-wise for both soundtracks. Is Present Tidal Tempest.
It's a good vibe. I will argue with CD kind of having that sort of, like, experimental album feel of, you may not gonna like everything in here. There's gonna be a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but damn, when the highs are high, it is a good fucking time. Damn.
There's nothing there. So I assume, yeah.
Blindsided.
There's a couple bad springs in the zone. You just happen to be flying overhead at that moment, and you are like, about 2/3 through the level, so...
Yeah, I gotta find a bunch of rings and fast. Or I'm gonna have to restart.
I mean, it's not like you can't get them in Quartz Quadrant or Wacky Workbench. It would just be better off if you got them sooner to not have to worry about them later.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forget if this version still lets you do it, but I know in the Steam, you know, the specific release that was on Steam, one change they did make is that if you quit in the middle of a special stage, you could like restart it.
I mean, with this, I'm using the.
But you have the token, so it won't matter nearly as much. You are at the goal.
Shit.
That is the goal right there.
Yeah, I know. I saw another 10 box down there. I'm trying to dig for it. Another 4. Ah!
Alright, I think you're screwed on this one.
Magnet bouncing? I think this game is really easy to do magnet bounces. It kind of encourages it. Oh right, I have the fucking heal out in this. So anyway,
Everyone's favorite future non-existent technique.
I like the sprites of it. It's the way he depicts. Can't do it right now. I like seeing the full figure 8 leggies, but I just think it feels like it sells the speed better. But as an actual technique, it. Eh. Like, it's between the figure 8 leggies and the speed doubles that you can kind of see sometimes, like in Advance. That's the kind of speed effect I like for Sonic. But I will say there is a difference. I like the speed doubles. Weird what? Hey, Penny! I like the speed doubles or that kind of look for modern Sonic, figure 8 legs for classic. I think with the more...
Yeah, I will agree that, I like the look of the PLL, even if it is mechanically unnecessary.
Yeah. But I will say, I like the look of the PLL on classic Sonic. It's the way his body shape works, I think makes the figure 8 legs look okay. You try putting the figure 8 legs on modern, I think it doesn't work, because he's too lanky. Plus, like,
I don't remember, but I actually did use Tile Tempest JP on one of the OJ characters.
I haven't used that pack in a while.
I put it on Waddy.
That makes sense. 'Cause
No, Mermaid Girl.
Yeah, bingo. I was like, no, that makes sense perfectly. Back here.
So I think I was originally between it and one other thing, given I was also making a song for the Whirlpool map for co-op. And was stuck between it and Aquabase, and ended up swapping the two around. Because Waddy needs a calm song.
Yeah, she's not a fighter. Not actively, anyway. I forget how her build worked in... Because I don't play... Despite owning most of the DLC, not all of it except for the one that dropped today, I mostly just
Probably getting that after this.
Yo, I mostly just play Starbow.
I play random. I like to just mess around with the whole cast. I have my favorites, but I love messing around with everybody.
I need to play some other characters more often. I like Starbow.
I like to commit a violence. I think it's 30 seconds one time UFO shows up.
20.
I don't remember which it was. That is audible.
It barely heard it. I'm assuming that's your...
That was my pump saying, hey, you didn't give insulin yet.
That's
the
what
one
I
too.
thought. Also, I like how the time stones are sprited in this, especially with their color. They look great.
Yeah. And of course, the one I like the color of the most is this one, the stage I hate the least. I like the least.
I'm torn if I want to see the time stones come back.
Does the special stage gonna count as a UFO catcher?
I mean, Sega's made a bunch of them. I think they're like the modern producers of some of those bastards nowadays. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want the time stones to come back or not in a future Sonic game. Because on the one hand, I like it if Sonic actually acknowledges the extended continuity a bit better. On the other hand, I don't know what you would do with the time stones, especially now that Chaos Control is a thing.
Well, the thing about the time stones too, and I think this is the only reason we haven't seen repetitious use of them, they are confined to Little Planet.
Yeah, which we've barely seen in Boar, which at this point 4 is non-canon because they haven't even finished.
4
the story.
Episode 2 was one of the locations where it was prominent. The only other time we saw it was just briefly in Mania, and that's because we're visiting zones in Mania
Yeah.
that are partially tied to Little Planet.
Well, also, literally Mania may as well be a retcon to the 4s because that he was doing the same plot in that as he was in Episode
More or
2.
less, yeah.
Where he was literally trying to convert it into an egg base. And, what was the fucking final stage in that? That was the new one.
Oh, in Mania?
Yeah.
Titanic Monarch.
I knew it was Titanic something. I want to say, like, Titanic Throne was the name that was coming to me. I'm like, no? That is awesome, but not quite it.
There's also Egg Reverie, but you're definitely thinking of Titanic Monarch.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking of Titanic Monarch, which, again, is the new stage, but that is supposed to be still on Little Planet as a new base, as Eggman's taking it over.
Yes. They technically never leave Little Planet for that.
Yep. Again, I'd like to see Little Planet and the Time Stones come back, but I don't
Someone
see...
could use them to bring back the Ruby. Yeah, they could, but we'll see what they decide to do with them.
I mean, it is apparently the big thing, because I haven't even watched them yet, or listened to them, whatever, the case files. Apparently, yeah, Infinite may actually be coming back. We were talking about...
I did see that, and that was after a conversation we had off of, not on stream, where we mentioned Infinite.
Yeah, we were thinking of him bringing them back, and lo and behold,
They may actually be.
Which, you know what? Fair enough. Like I was trying to say a little bit earlier, I would like it if Sonic brought back a lot more obscure stuff or give other characters a chance. And Infinite, unironically, I wouldn't, as much as I haven't even played Forces and I see it, I'm like, should I even bother? I wouldn't mind Infinite coming back. Mostly because I want more consistent villains that isn't Eggman in the series. That's my big complaint.
My reasoning is just that Infinite very much did not get the time he deserved.
No, not at all. Oh God,
if they could
Acid.
write him a little better, he may be a decent one. Oh yeah, this is the flashing lights one.
Where is? I think I have that on my capture card feed. I think I'm just
putting
gonna.
off the flashing lights warning.
Yeah. I need to see if it was. Sorry.
Hey, he's doing a little better too.
He's focused. Yeah, no, Zavik and all the others actually got a... Okay, so it's a tech sword.
Like, Zavix and Zaz are actually okay in Cross Worlds.
Need a shrink. I should be doing this up in general for Sonic, because 90s game.
No, but this is egregious.
This one's pretty bad.
This is the rainbow psychedelic background that will hurt your eyes if you look at it for too long.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why I'm going to do just that and not look at it too long.
But you know what? I'm gonna be polite, pause the game, and put that up just so there's something, because I'm like,
Yeah. You knew it was coming. He was not aware to us how quickly they come up. And yeah, this is where the UFOs start taking their longer, sprawling paths. Which makes them hard to track.
Does not help that I'm basically looking at 1/3 of the screen right now. I may not be epileptic, but fuck me, I have astigmatism. This shit can and will hurt my eyes. Bitch!
A little bit these days too.
Supposed to be wearing my glasses, and guess what I'm not doing?
I got one left.
Oh god, it's on the other end of the...
It's in the opposite corner.
Get us out of here! That's a good shade of purple. Let us leave! Thank you. Oi! I did that quickly. Okay, I can... At least I was able to put up that text source real quick. I don't think anything else is gonna be that bad in this.
No, probably not.
I just need to have that on standby. Because I tend to play a lot of retro games.
Now, for this zone's bad future, I prefer English. That's just because I think the English one gives a much more dire sound as opposed to a mechanical sound.
Yeah, like this feels like it would make more sense in Egg Fortress 2. I am being sloppy. That. You fat fuck!
There's an invincibility, as I say, somewhere on this path. Right, you are looping the path. Now for one of the most stupid bosses in the entire franchise.
You didn't need to do this, you dumb fuck. Like, what? Like, yeah, just have the gun. You don't... What?
Like, I know there's such a thing as torture and or false hope, but you very easily could have killed him, just not having the balls.
Yeah, like, the CD bosses are weird, because a lot of them are puzzles than they are,
They barely ever put up a fight, any of them.
yeah. They're more meant to, like, how do you punch the man than you bonk him 8 times.
Like, the most hits any boss is in this game is 4.
Yeah.
That's the final boss.
Again, because he's more of a puzzle to get past this stupid barrier. Once you're past it, it's pretty much game over.
It's why I think the only boss fight that most people really like, favor, and remember from this game is the one that always comes back. It's the race with Metal Sonic.
Yeah, which is also... The thing is, the race with metal is one of those obvious ideas that I'm like, I'm surprised it hasn't come up even more often. Like, yeah, let's give a perfect doppel to Sonic to race against.
This is another one of those zones where I tend to prefer the US soundtrack. Well, this is one where I prefer it. I didn't actually said any that I prefer the US on yet. And that's mostly just because I like the casual guitar riffs that are in the English one.
Fair enough. Actually want to time travel? Maybe time travel anyway. Up! This hedgehog's gonna go 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious shit. It is still funny, though, that all the past soundtracks are the same between both. Some of them do
Past soundtrack never got any US renditions. I have to wonder if part of that may have been because the person doing it was just never told.
I think part of it is also they're using the MIDI, because most of the Sonic, or the stuff is Red Book audio, but I think the past one is still using most of the Genesis stuff. I think?
Possibly.
So I think it's a technical reason. I'm not sure.
Oh, this is the last special stage.
Oh yeah, this has the really cool ass background.
Pink water.
Mega Mac. No game rule for that. That's more purple anyway.
Well, you're gonna clean this one up fast.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't mind CD special stages. They're kind of fun, actually. Yeah, no mistakes.
Sevens, you just happen to have a good route for it. You just clinicked that last one.
Yeah, I don't mind CDs special stages, and I don't mind Blue Sphere. So apparently the way for me in a Sonic special stage is playing with the third dimension better.
Does that mean you will or will not like the ones in Heroes?
I think my problem with Heroes is the fucking physics. I think those ones are... That and also just trying to get to them is a pain in the ass, because you gotta get the key in Act 2, which for some of those
Make it to
stages...
the end without getting hit. Or at least without losing rings. You can use shields to prevent that.
Yeah, it is a bitch.
And then you have to win the race with the Emerald.
Yeah, it's no... like, just get Team Rose to do it all.
Right, but Team Rose is also slower than the special stages.
Yeah, but I can at least fucking get to them. I have to play 10 minutes of a fucking Sonic stage to get access to one of them. Expecting the ring there, because
If you have them all, you don't need the rings anymore.
turn into Time Sonic.
Now, the thing I don't remember is, are you still going to get a good future here despite not getting one in the first act?
Yes. As soon as you,
okay.
as soon as you get all emeralds, everything is locked to Good Future forever.
Yes!
And now for the second stupidest boss in this game.
I think this is the. Holy shit! You can get a lot of rings for a boss stage. What the fuck? And another event. What the fuck?
This is not a hard game.
Oh,
I said it was rompy. I would call this one of the easiest classic Sonic games in the entire franchise.
I was gonna argue too in some regard, but you may be right.
Partially because I don't think this game has any bottomless pits.
If they are, they're in That Futures, which again, if you're not actively using the fucking time travel mechanic, fuck you,
It just wore off.
dick. Also, I want to know what the fuck he used to make blue spikes. So diamond?
Diamond. Quartz can be a number of colors.
This is Quartz Quadrant, that would make sense. Come on, fat man.
I think the sad thing is I only know that from an old game theory. Because there was a video where he was theorizing what the Chaos Emeralds are actually made out of.
They're made of magic MacGuffin bullshit. They're not actual
Yeah,
gems.
like, no, but one of the proposed options was quartz. That's the only reason why I proposed colors.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where I have to kind of shoot that game theory down, because I'm like, they're magic stone MacGuffins. They're not any...
No, I get it. And plus, they're called Chaos Emeralds. We just don't care.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
The chaos...
Is it interesting to think about? Yes. Do we necessarily care? No, and that's fine.
Yeah. I'm more of the mindset of them like, they're not a... they're not an actual gemstone in the traditional sense. They're just gemstone. It's the same thing as like the fucking Infinity Stones, which also were called gems. Like,
This is another one where I prefer the JP. JP Wacky Workbench just sounds way better than US.
yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What's the
That's
fact?
from the electrical devices. That's normal for this stage.
Okay, I thought that was it having a fit.
That is normal. There are electrical doodads up high that tend to do that.
I just about ready to flick into having the flashing lights warning to roll on because
Yeah, these things.
I don't think that's bad enough, but should I throw it on just in case?
Probably not a bad idea.
I'm gonna throw it on.
This is the only other zone where I think it's a problem, so...
Yeah, as I'm more trying to be safe than sorry. But as I was trying to say, it doesn't matter what the actual, like, if they're being based on a real stone or whatnot, because I'm like, they're a magical MacGuffin. They're already not anything we are known to have in our world, because, you know, what the fuck's a chaos energy?
And then the weird crushers that don't actually crush you. If they take you to alternate paths instead in this game.
Yeah, we got the one where you really have to do that, and I think it was this stage for Yoshi.
I think so, yes. Oh, gets run to the future. The bright pink good future.
Oh my god, too much pink energy is dangerous. This weird ass Sonic spray.
Welcome to the cotton candy colored factory.
Springman, is that you? Yoshi!
Act 2's the one with the higher eggs. I always forget which of the two it is.
Yeah. This stage does give you some Yumis. I think this is the stage that makes you small and marketable.
No.
Is that in, or am I thinking of Mania?
Mania had in the same zone it was in originally.
Oh, Metallic Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, the mid to late game with the CD reps and Mania, because you get Wacky Work, Metallic Mad, Stardust, and, well then, Titanic Monarch, which is new. Frozen today! Oh. Yeah, but that was... The Hedgehog hit 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious shit.
Yeah, Act 2 is kind of short in that level because of how it starts.
I think it's part of my problem is also is like a lot of the... You can't enjoy the time travel gimmick for long in this because of the, how short the stages can be. Like, the gimmick is fun. There's not a lot of level to actually utilize it, especially with the 4 time zones. It's interesting to think, like, how they did it this way compared to what was, the pitch for Sonic 2 originally, because that was supposed to have time travel, where it was more of an active, like, excuse for all the different zones. Because you, like, go to one zone that's in the present, and Sonic would time travel, do a different, slightly different zone in, like, a past or future, and it would do time travel shenanigans to cause different zones to exist and appear across the game. Fun idea. I don't think that would have worked on the size of cart they were, so I'm not surprised they just truncated it down for the 2 we did get. Fruit of Thought was what I just described that was the beta Sonic 2. Do you think that was the inspiration for Sonic 06? Like, to actually do a proper time-traveling story?
No idea.
Because this game, like I said, barely utilizes the gimmick all that hard. And then 2 never...
By the end of 06, it's completely retconned its own story.
Yeah, which is a choice. Doesn't help with the fact that that game was originally meant to be a reboot anyway. So it was not even meant to be in the continuity we're used to now. Which is extra funny when you think of it like that.
Alright, I am the cretin in this particular case. I am not a Stardust Speedway JP enjoyer.
I think both are good. I prefer the Japanese version, but both are good.
Oh, it's because I've drilled the US one into you through OJ.
Again, I stopped listening to Pack as much, but yeah, I like both. Plus, fucking, both have gotten, good remixes over the years, too, officially, even.
Well, Bad Future on US. I like present US. It's quite about the same. It'd be great if you hit that little flipping thing right there.
Holy shit.
Now let you swap planes.
Holy. Why am
There
I...
are 2 options. Either you hit the flipping plane, or you hit that spring up there and leave. There you go. Now you can go.
I don't even think I've recognized that was a gimmick here.
Yep, that is how that sign works. Hit it once you're in the background layers. Hit it the other time you're in the foreground layers.
I know.
Matters for certain platforms, and when it comes to taking pathways.
Yeah, because I think I was getting some zones that were like 2 minutes in one. I'm mostly hitting them at the 1 hour, or the 1 hour, Jesus. The 1 minute mark.
Yeah, that's the other problem with CD stages. They are short.
Yeah, we go with my continuing, like, I want to enjoy the time travel gimmick, but the zones are so short, I don't have any time to enjoy it, because I'm just trying to go.
Yeah. I will state that there is a fan game I have played that does also use the CD time travel gimmick. And while it uses that gimmick better, I do not entirely like what that fan game does.
Which, is that Chrono Utopia?
Oh,
Or fuck, what was it called?
Time Twisted, I think it is.
Okay, that also sounds familiar, because I know, I could have sworn there was a time travel one from the guy who did before and after the sequel. I think that was Chrono Utopia, but I may be talking about it.
I think so, I think that one ended up being an RPG style thing.
Okay.
It was very different. I remember seeing it like one GDQ type thing.
Huh. Oh, sick.
You're still stuck here. You need to go back left and don't hit that one. Hit the other one. You're still stuck, by the way. You need to go around. You cannot go through this way. Either through the tubes or around the tubes. So go left, and then leave.
Ah.
2 is built in a very confined way near the end. This being the end.
There. Woo. Alright, it's time for the boy.
Be thankful this is not the one that just fought Cell.
I ain't seen that. All I've heard was the salt about that, which is making me laugh.
Yeah, the long and short, since I know you're not going to watch it. I only watched it because I had an interest in both those characters. They're like my favorite. Mel's not my favorite Sonic character, but Cell is my favorite DBZ character. So I was interested. But the short of it is that Metal won because his copying ability is very good.
Yeah, Blank Data successfully copied. He fucking copied Chaos Control perfectly.
So the theoretical idea there is if Metal could copy Cell properly at any given point in time during the fight, Cell would be in big trouble.
Because you basically Cell Plus.
He would get everything that Cell could do, which also included any bio data he'd already copied because it's bio data, which Metal has been able to basically scan and copy.
Ultimate Life Form data successfully copied.
So he would have he'd basically have all the Z fighter data, was basically the idea.
Z Fighter on top of having most of the cast of Sonic in him, which again, Chaos Control, broken as shit.
So basically, in the fight itself, he just uses Chaos Control and copies his data.
Yeah, because duh.
But two of the funny things they end up doing is, first off, Cell argues he's the ultimate life form, and Miles like, I already have his data.
Yeah, because Shadow, that's what I said, Chaos Control.
But the other good one is, after copying his abilities, he does the fucking
Tension Han.
Tri-beams.
Yeah.
He does the tri-beams to Cell.
Because to be fair, the Kikoho is a really good ability, and Metal would not have the limitation of it.
No.
Because all it is it drains your life force really badly. What life force? You give the boy another pack of rings.
Is that Cell cannot beat Chaos.
Yeah, because it's...
He has nothing for time stopping. And he also can't copy Metal. I think Extended Material has mentioned that Cell cannot copy anything that is entirely inorganic.
Well, also, he can't actively copy. That's Boo's thing. God, what the hell happened again? That's Majin Buu's thing. Cell is already copied everything. That's his thing. He has the the life form data of at least 7 of the greatest warriors at that time, which would have been Goku, Vegeta, King Cold, Frieza, and...
Right, but he can also still absorb organics to get more power, energy, and...
Not new abilities.
Not the same way Blue does.
Yeah, not new abilities, but he can absorb people to get energy. Yes, that's what Imperfect Cell was doing the entire time. But he cannot copy new abilities.
But that was basically the short of the explanation.
Yeah, whereas Metal can actively copy...
Metal can copy Cell. Cell cannot absorb Metal.
Yep. Because you get... I am Android 16. Oh, 16 pairs have been made. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing too, is that 16 is the one that's actually fully inorganic. 17 and 18 are technically more cyborg.
Yeah, they're cyborgs. They can be copied and are needed to make them perfect. 16 cannot be copied because he is an actual full-blown android, and thus cannot be given the sun. There we go. Take that, Faker.
This time it looks like you're good. There you go.
Here time's the charm.
The second time you just jumped at a bad time because those double spikes at the end of the road.
Yeah, the rubber banding fucked me over because of the spamming drop dash, which, gee, was not in this game originally.
Yeah, I brought that up basically because of that, and because at the end they're like, so now this Metal Slug has all of Cell's powers and everything he's copied? Well, this timeline's fucked. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, because... I mean, again, you let Metal even have Chaos Control anymore, shit's fucked. Because, again, Chaos Control will be broken when they actually remember, oh right, space-time travel. Yeah, that thing is broken as hell.
Metallic Madness is another zone where both are pretty much fine for me. I think I slightly give it to US because of its more dire sound for a final level, but
Yeah.
I think JP's sounds more like a proper final level.
But, oops.
As noobs. That is a weird place it started you.
Yep. We're fine, we're good. Okay. But, yeah, Metal's one of my favorite characters, and I wish he got more, and yes, I know he's in the comics at least for a bit, but... I've always kind of had a weird thought of if Metal could speak or not, because he did in Heroes, and then, like, never again.
It's possible that that Eggman, after the disobedience, chose to take that module out.
I think that's the implication.
Or it was something specific to what he had copied.
No, I think it's a module thing, because I know he could speak in, like, the opening arc of IDW, but he's also back to being Neo Metal at that point. So it's something to do with him being
like, that's
Neo
the
Metal.
thing. Neo Metal can speak. Normal Metal can't.
Yeah. And as far as I can tell, Metal has no access to being Neo Metal again for a while in the comics. He does in the opening arc, and that's it. Which is kind of...
Neo Metal is an actual legitimate threat, so...
Because I know that's even something they quip about during Metal Virus, with the scene everyone bitches about on Twitter, which is the whole, like, Eggman basically making him way more obedient. Because, yeah, if he becomes Neo Metal again, he's a problem, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they're at some point we may get a round 2 of Neo Metal in the comics, just because, 1, give us a villain that isn't Eggman, and 2, that feels like a storyline seeding for a while of Metal really trying to understand what it means to be Sonic, in quotes.
So are you gonna skip this stage?
don't know if I... Don't remember if I know how to do that. I'll say at this point rather just play
I think
it.
at this point you are too far, so...
Yeah.
It was basically to use that similar piston technique that you just did, but with timing, you get a running start or start a spin dash, and get flung skyward while propelling forwards, because in this version you can actually finish up there, whereas in the original you're soft locked. Because they didn't make the goal spin register that high above you. It wasn't a matter of did you cross this X coordinate on the stage.
Yeah, which I think is the case with most of the other series, whereas
Yeah.
this one is specifically the signpost object.
But hey, you can be marketable.
Oh god! Why do I feel like my merchandise is gonna be scalped to hell?
This is also part of why I always say that when the tiny traps activate in our SA2 APs that it's marketable.
How many characters this is a weird thought I had is how many characters it's like just using the smash list is a good solid
You
set
went
of characters.
backwards.
Yep. Have gone like uber marketable small because Mario's done it multiple times. Sonic's done it
Looks
here.
like Mini Mushroom.
Yeah, Mini Mushroom. Link did it in
Finish Cap.
yup. Pikmin is that by default.
Yep.
There's not been a small level in Metroid, but that feels like something they... Well, do we count the Morph Ball?
No, I wouldn't.
Like, I think that's the closest thing.
Kirby had a mini power-up, yep.
Yep.
That was Amazing Mirror.
Yeah. Almost forgot that one, you're right. Oh god, it's the Tetris segment.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of characters who's done, like, mini segments. Some are fringe cases, like, I would argue, I think there's a way you can get, like, a playable drone in Metal Gear? Oh god, I have to hang on that.
There's a drone in Star Fox. I still don't think that really counts, though.
Borderline, that's like, as close as you're gonna get within that series' limitation.
Right.
Because otherwise it would just be being normal size and something gigantic and doing a Fantastic Voyage level.
Alright, final level.
Man, this dude. We're about...
CD is not a long game.
No, I was more looking at the clock. I'm like, yeah, been about an hour. I think this is technically slightly faster than
one.
Yeah.
You did die a few times in one, though, as you've died much less here and usually closer to checkpoints.
Yeah. I think honestly what probably held me up was the special stages. Just because those things are fucking... Well, one, I had one more of them, and two, they're a little longer. Damn it.
Over with light bugs. The bug's so annoying that it became a mid-boss in a later game.
Oh god, it did, right.
That's the Mania one
Yep.
in Stardust.
Eggman, I don't think that ominous underlighting is gonna help you any better, dude.
It is almost impossible to cheese hits on this thing without taking a hit.
Yeah, I don't know how you're fucking supposed to hit him without taking a damage first.
There are times where he will when he is done with the parry, he will extend out the pieces and not hold them as close, which gives you a window to go in and hit him. During the second to last hit here is usually when you'll see him do it, because it's one of the only times you can get in. He comes down and then he would extend the move out. The fight just goes significantly faster if you take hits.
Yeah.
because you can just sneak in, take it, give him a hit, get to the next part of his pattern. He will go on the side you are farther from.
And down. That's game. I forgot to jot down on my note sheet beating Sonic 1 last time. I'll fix that later. And I also gotta update backloggery. But that's clear. Get the original ending first, which...
Well, there's two endings in this game.
Yeah, well, we're getting...
Like, the only difference between the endings is that in one of them, Sonic is throwing a rocket Eggman, and in the other, Little Planet is actually moving.
Yeah. Oh, right, the rock throw is because he still had the time stone.
Yeah.
Just said, I like the rock throw. That thing's hilarious.
It was always weird for me looking at the actual videos on Mega Collection, because that cutscene is
can't do it myself because
In the end, who's on your side? Who can you trust? You're in the middle of the night. Where will you be? If you can't find you, there's no place to go. Nothing to do. If you gotta do something, you gotta do something. Believe in yourself. 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 Hey!
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself.
the only weird thing. I'm
You got to
not
have the
sure how
faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
Don't rearrange. No need to change. Stay like you are. Keep it all the same.
Wait, how many
Move
people- how
along
many-
in your life. Keep an open mind. And don't forget that if you gotta do something, believe in yourself. Yourself. Yourself.
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. You got to have the faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
You feel tight. Look at yourself.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to unwind.
When you feel right, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you see connectivity.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's drowning us out a little bit. God damn it. I don't know why this game has to unfocus it. Pause the audio. It sounds like on mine.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to unwind. When you feel right, look at yourself. Inside your mind, you will see connectivity.
That's all bug in there.
I mean, if it's done running people, then it's all done, so.
You're too cool! Oh, right, I had this. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Friendship.
It's like, gosh darn it, you ruined my reading. Oh, never mind. Have a nice day, Sonic.
Holy shit, I can do this? Not today.
That one's not happening tonight.
Because that'd be at least
Two's
90
on the longer end.
Yup.
Like, it doesn't have that much more stages than either of those previous two games. It just takes longer to play.
Yeah, they're much meatier stages.
Plus, the Chaos Emeralds have to go out your way for them. So.
Yep. Oh god. And I'm not as familiar with 2. Like 2 is the one I think I've played the least actually. Funnily enough, so that's gonna be fun to deal with. Hell, even the game points it out. We're 47% of the way done. And we still have 2 old has games, so 2 and 3 are on the meaty side.
Well, 3 and Knuckles is basically 2 games, or 1 super game, which is why the percent is low.
Yeah. I consider just 1 game. I don't care about the split. They're meant to be released as one thing. They're treated as one thing here. So, yeah, I'll probably do that. If not Wednesday, probably next Monday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the Wednesday streams. I know I want to keep Fridays usually being the RPG stuff. I will figure that out. I got a whole day to pick on that. But, yep, that was another Sonic one down. I'm just trying to think between the 2 which one I prefer at this point. 1 or CD. I think I kind of preferred CD, mostly because it was so much more rompier.
I can see the argument for both. I prefer 1, but again, heavy nostalgia goggles on that.
Yeah. My usual preference has been 3 and K. We'll see how that goes once I actually go and beat it in this little marathon. But I think CD I've been preferring just because the stages don't feel as stop and go as much. Again, I appreciate the actual platforming stuff for 1, but also it is very draggy. If, I'm playing a Sonic game, I want to go fast. If I want stop and go, I'll play Mega Man. Just a classic.
He does not stay on that man.
No, it doesn't. But otherwise, I think I prefer CD, but I would also say in terms of the main Genesis quartet, all of them are good, so you can't go wrong with either. But we'll see how my thoughts are with 2 and 3 next time. Any final thoughts from you?
No, probably not.
Okay. Good time to just end it then. Take it easy, everybody.